Hello, my name is Carlos Salazar, and today I'll be doing a presentation on my paper, Street Art and Graffiti, a sub or counterculture. Well, first I would like to talk about the negative connotations of vandalism and primitivism tied to the subculture of street art and graffiti. It's actually the work of Jean-Michel Basquiat, as well as other various artists that have since shattered the glass ceiling of these connotations. With modernism being linked with the classical African art, it was then that street art and graffiti art broke into the fine art realm of the New York City. While on the topic of Jean-Michel Basquiat, he was born in Brooklyn, New York, um, in December 22nd of 1960, and he really encountered fame firsthand with this sort of collective team up. It was him and his friend Al Diaz in 1976. Um, he was doing graffiti in buildings in Manhattan, but then a couple of years later, with the rise of neo-expressionism, um, much of his work became more relevant due to the mixture of abstraction and new objects that are recognizable. Later in August 12th of 1988, he passed away due to a heroin overdose. Another fact about Basquiat is that in 2017, his piece, Untitled from 1982, sold for $110 million. That just goes to show the level that that type of art has inquired. Going back to primitivism, primitive art, like street art, are forms of raw expression often spontaneously produced. It's the perspective absence and simplicity that allows focusing on authenticity of its symbolic patterns and interesting details. This is what went down to inspire Cubism. In South Africa at the time, there was complex power relations that were firming, concluding modernism and primitivism as European disclosure rather than African. The aim of it was to knock this power out of balance. Unfortunately, the exhibit was criticized for failing to achieve this and was accused of failing to take into account the consequences and the repercussion and the discourse in South Africa. Signifying is construed as a certain rhetorical conduct that is active to inform the culture's most popular productions, ranging from literature, politics, religion, and music. It has formed as a essential part of street art and graffiti by artists like Jean Michael Basquiat, using skulls as signature motifs in his works, and space making. Spaces for expression were made for people to fully express themselves through graffiti and street art. Los Angeles is famous for its Great Wall. New York has also a lot of urban beautification projects that have gone to largely contribute to the graffiti and street art's acceptance. Through street art is an avenue for artists to demonstrate their individualism. There are negative connotations that unfortunately are attached to it. The word graffiti is often taken to be associated with primitiveness, pollution, and even darkness. Thus, it is considered to be vandalism and it is illegal and punishable as an act of crime. Street art and graffiti nonetheless prevails through these connotations and thrives in multiple forms such as murals, paintings, drawings, collages, and uh, writing. Street art, in truth, is a deep engravement in its city and its in community. It can be subversed in a political sense. It can serve as a tool of peaceful protest. Street art challenges the norm and converts the city into a public space to voice the community's challenges. Street art prints, graphic techniques, references, and motifs are sourced from aspects of contemporary social life, such as skateboard culture, film, protest posters, and the work of other artist printmakers. Uh, Precedents are just not old print styles and imagery. It also constitutes the earlier culture of the print itself. Street art and graffiti have blossomed in several major cities across the world, becoming a must-see fascination for a significant number of individuals. Other than New York and Los Angeles in the United States, some of these attractive art scenes can be found in London, Sao Paulo, Athens, Bogota, Ghent, Cape Town, and many other areas. In conclusion, street art and graffiti, unfortunately, continue to bear the weight of its negative connotations of vandalism and primitivism that have brought it down to a mere subculture. With popular works by various artists and its growing popularity and active participants, street art is well on its way to shatter the glass ceiling of the fine art scenes in New York, and it's already thriving in Los Angeles. The street art and graffiti has already grown and suits well as a counterculture. Street art, in truth, is a way of life, with the community's authentic views represented that confront the prevailing social norms.